What's going on, guys? It's Civvy. I have a video for you today. It's kind of like a review, kind of like first looks of Call of Duty Vanguard. My thoughts on the game, what I think should change about the game, and overall, will I be buying the game in November? So I downloaded the beta for Call of Duty Vanguard, and I gave it I played a little bit just to kind of check it out, and I figured that I'd go ahead and gather my thoughts together on the game, and possibly see, uh, basically what I thought of the game compared to my knowledge of other Call of Duties. What games have I played for Call of Duty? I've played a little bit of MW3. I played BO2. BO2 is my favorite Call of Duty of all time. I think it was a good one that I got into. Played that one a lot whenever I was in college. Just recently, I've played the newest ones I've played are the remastered Modern Warfare, and then I played the Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. I played about 40, 50 hours or so, maybe not that much, of remastered, which was, I think it was pretty fun. I like that one a lot. Um, and then I played Cold War, which I did not play as much. I maybe got 10 hours out of that game and then stopped. So I downloaded the beta and I played a little bit just to kind of get the feel of pretty much every class of weapons. I obviously did not unlock everything. The melee knife itself was like level 24, 27, or something like that. So it was. I'm not going to speak for everything. So I don't really have much to say about field upgrades such as Dead Silence. The rocket launchers I've not used, but I have a general understanding of quite a bit of the gameplay, and I got to test out the maps. So anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and get started. So first off, we're gonna start off with is the visuals. The graphics are good, I guess. I don't really have a lot to say about the Call of Duty graphics because it's kind of understood that Call of Duty graphics are going to be great, and there's nothing. They're trying to be realistic, and so they have realistic graphics, and they put a lot of effort into their graphics. So it's not exactly like expected that Call of Duty is going to be like, whoa, this year they're going to have crazy new graphics and it's going to be insane. No, we know that Call of Duty has great graphics. We understand that. So moving on. With these graphics, it does tend to be harder to see the enemies sometimes. That is especially true in darker maps and like the indoors of Red Star and the jungles of Gavutu. Gavutu has a lot of like bushes and stuff that enemies can hide behind. Not kind of like in MW3 where you can bush camp, but in like you'll round a corner and there'll be bushes in front of you. You can't really see the enemy coming. You'll look the other direction and you get shot in the back as an enemy rounds corner. Just that kind of thing. It is kind of difficult to see enemies, so you kind of have to focus a little harder on trying to clear out areas and that sort of thing. A couple of critiques I have with the visuals itself. I think it needs to make it more obvious which players are teammates and which are not. Maybe add a slight. I had a suggestion where maybe add a slight colored outline to teammates. I know in some of the older Call of Duties they had an outline for your teammates. I think. I know especially if as soon as you spawn. So maybe add that. So whenever you're ADSing down a sniper scope, your teammates' name tags disappear. And so if you catch the sight of someone in your peripherals or whatever, it may not be a teammate, it may be a teammate, you don't know. So you'll wave your mouse over to check to see if it's a teammate. If it is, cool, but you've wasted some time looking at this teammate. So maybe not get rid of the name tags outside your crosshair. And I understand this is probably just to make you more focused on your crosshair itself. I think that the bullet trails should be longer and more obvious for gunfire. I found that the audio, I'll talk about this in a minute, but the audio for the guns are quite quiet, really quiet, and it's like there are other aspects of sounds that are much louder. Like the hit marker sound will rupture your eardrums if you don't turn it down, while as the gunfire seems to be silent. So I think it should be, if you're gonna have the audio be silent with guns, I think the gunfire visual trail should be a little bit more obvious, since it's pretty hard to dictate where the bullets come from otherwise. I think visually, I think they need to make it more obvious when an enemy calls a kill streak in. I think that it should be like, in the older CODs, it's like very red and it's very apparent that it's an enemy that called the kill streak. So audio wise, I kind of covered this in the last section, but basically boost the audio of guns, because that's incredibly important, especially if you're wearing headphones. The 3D stereo sound, you'll be able to turn your character to see where the gunfire is coming, that sort of thing. On the topic of audio and guns, silencers and subsonic ammo make the guns way too quiet. Even me with headphones with the audio blaring, it's still really hard to hear like where other enemies are shooting you from. So either nerf subsonic ammo, because if you can pair up subsonic ammo with silencers, nobody will see you coming. And I think either nerfing subsonic ammo or make it completely obsolete if you have a silencer. I don't know, because I think those two stack and it's pretty annoying. There needs to be, at the end of the game lobby, there needs to be a mute all button. Please, please put that in. Because especially when the enemy team can talk to you, that's when most players are most toxic, and we all know what kind of words can be said, especially if you're like a streamer or a content creator on YouTube or whatever. That's where words can be said that you don't want on those platforms. So I know you can have you can go to your audio settings and turn off the TeamSpeak mute all button. Should be in the lobby screen, or it should be in the options that you can turn on and off. So you'll just mute all after game. Okay, so we're gonna go on to glitches. I mean, I understand it's a beta, so we're gonna kind of just blow past. I'm just gonna list all the glitches that I've found personally through my time of playing the game. So the unskippable kill cam glitch, this one happened very frequently. Basically, you can hit a button to skip the kill cam and spawn. The clipping of the pistols with a rag, it's placed on in the custom screen. It's pretty obvious and it's an easy fix to do. If you block a player, the prompt comes up over and over to leave the lobby, and it does it more than once, and it's pretty annoying. Basically, if you block a player, that player joins your lobby. There's a prompt that says, hey, there's a blocked player that has joined your lobby. Do you want to leave the lobby? If it comes up more than once, I think that's a bug that needs to be addressed. So if you go in your graphics settings, as all PC players do, if you go in your graphics settings and you go to quality graphics settings, there are two instances level of detail appears, and I think it's pretty funny. There are two! Did they even look through their own settings? Oh my. Sometimes I will see the tracker footprints of enemies even if I'm running a different perk. So the perk for tracker is not unlocked till later. Maybe that's a glitch with the default loadouts being loaded into custom loadouts. I'm not sure. But basically, I'll have a perk like High Alert, which is in the same perk slot as Tracker, and I will still see footprints, which is really strange. The Mark III sun filter on the machine pistol does not show up, which is kind of funny. It's like you don't have a sight at all. The progression bar glitch, this happens pretty often too, where it starts leveling from 1, and it keeps leveling up over and over. And if you sit there and your pistol's level 18, it will go from level 1 to level 18. I promise you. It's very strange and needs to be addressed. there was a weird clipping whenever I aimed down the sight at a window ledge and I could see past all the foliage and stuff. Really weird. There was one, this is the final glitch that I'll address. There was a rare slow motion final kill cam glitch. So essentially, at the end of the game, the entire lobby was watching a very slow motion version of a kill cam. If the quit game were a feature, this would be no problem. So I sat there for 3 minutes waiting for this kill cam to end. Even after the kill cam ended and the slow motion bit for the kill cam was over, it proceeded to have slow motion for the backdrop too. So I sat there for 3 minutes. Eventually I ended up quitting to desktop because I didn't want to wait there for 5 minutes. So anyway, really weird, rare glitch that should also be addressed. Okay, so we're past the glitches and we're past all the audio and visual stuff. So let's get into more of the gameplay aspects of the game. One thing I find pretty fascinating about this game in particular is the different game types. And what I mean by that is there's a chance that you can spawn with one game type, meaning there's a chance that you could spawn into a lobby with, 14v14 on Red Star or 24v24. I think this is really neat that there's no set number of players in a game, and you kind of have to adapt your play style depending on the game type. I think it varies from map to map. I know that Red Star is a good example where it definitely hinders your play style if it's 24v24 versus 14v14. So one game type in particular, I'm going to call it game type. I should call it like spawn type. One spawn type in particular is tactical. Tactical is 6v6, and that happens on every map except for, I believe, Red Star. If you're interested in doing competitive, you can gather a few friends together and you can all queue up for tactical as a way to introduce fresh players and veterans alike into competitive. Competitive, of course, is not available at the moment, but I think that it's pretty interesting nonetheless. I have nothing but good things to say about the introduction of game types. Moving on to maps. So there are 4 maps to start off with in the game. In the beta, I would imagine they would add more maps as they went along. The maps in Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War, they added more as they progressed in the game and through development. So we added a few more maps as we went. In this beta, we start off with 4 maps. We have Gavutu, which is the jungle map. We have Eagle's Nest, which is like a snowy hotel style. We have Hotel Royale, which is like a nice like luxury style hotel diner kind of thing. And then we have Red Star, which is the open city with the snow. So with Gavutu, I think my biggest complaint about Gavutu is the ship's crow's nest. That is such a gross spot to camp from. It's quite ridiculous. That whole top area is a head glitch heaven. Like, you can head glitch all the way around that rim and no one can touch you unless they have a sniper. Straight up. Because as soon as you get shot by anything other than a sniper, you can drop to prone and you can hide until you recover. That sort of thing. I just don't like it at all. I think you could do one of 3 things. You could either completely get rid of it. You could completely shave the top of that ship off and not even have that crow's nest area. I doubt they'll do this because they spent time modeling. So you could make it inaccessible. You could break the ladder so you can't climb back up it, or you could nerf it. You could raise the crow's nest up higher so it blocks the head and leave windows on the side so that you can shoot the bodies and stuff like that. There's a breakable platform that is in a really strange spot on the ship. You can shoot it out and you can, I like trolling teammates with this because you can just shoot it out from under them and they'll fall down. It's in a really strange spot. Either move it or get rid of it. I think maybe having a grate there would be better. Kind of like in Sea of Thieves, you can see down that grate and you can shoot as you need without it actually breaking. I think that 2 stairways up on the ship is pretty annoying to guard against. There are 2 ladders on each side, and then there's 2 staircases that lead up deck of the ship. I think that's pretty annoying if you're sitting on there and you're watching the windows. I think having to deal with watching everywhere that's in front of you plus behind you, because you're pretty exposed on the ship as is, and then watching in front of you, behind you, and then watching actually on the deck on the 2 staircases. I think removing one of them and just having one main staircase, I think would be much more interesting. Eagle's Nest, it's a fun map. I like Eagle's Nest a lot. I don't really have much anything else to say. I think it's a good balance of different arenas of different play styles, because on the side of them, it's reminiscent of Shipwrecked in Black Ops 2, where the middle is kind of like free-for-all central, where you can kind of run and gun and do as you want, while as the sides are very heavily choke friendly, and there's a place for everyone, I think, on this map. There's one crazy spot for getting lots of frags. The first time I ever was on this map, I found this spot by accident, and I ended up getting a Fury kill right off the bat, right as soon as the gates open. So this little spot right here, it's behind the boxes, pretty crazy. You can head glitch, and these boxes are, unless you have a sniper, it's really hard to hit you. You can just frag out and do what you want. Hotel Royale. I think the interior of Hotel, I like the exterior quite a bit. I like the chokes. I think it's very well balanced. Exterior. The interior, I think there are too many props. I understand it's for realism, but it's a visual overload. There's a middle display case. I think they should make it a little shorter, because there's a little pirate ship inside that display case. I think if they make it a little shorter, it'll act as like a window that people can shoot through and get people from the bar or the other side by the bathrooms. I think that'd be pretty interesting. One thing I really enjoy about this map in particular is that there are side paths that are pretty choke heavy, but there are even more side paths. So there's side paths to the side paths of this map. It's one way to completely avoid the hellfire that is within these chokes, the gunfire and the fights and stuff. I think it's really cool to try and flank the enemy with these side paths, and just do your own thing there. It kind of reminds me of Plaza, the BO2 map, which I remember very fondly. I've used those paths on Plaza to flank people all the time, and I have good memories on that map. So I like seeing inspiration from other maps in newer maps. Finally, we have the last map called Red Star. It's the snowy city. This is Camp City, pretty much. I think it's too open. The middle plaza, I think, is a death zone. Essentially, if you walk even a foot out into that plaza, you're gonna die, pretty much. The only cover that you can find is that middle statue, and there are some poles with the fence gates. That's your only cover in that entire area. Even those poles can't save you because you're very exposed from the sides and behind you, that sort of thing. So I think it's a little too open. It's too campy. I think they need to add a little bit more cover in that plaza area. Maybe add some like stone walls. I think that'd be cool, because you could still do your camping in those buildings, but at least the people inside the plaza will have more time and can take their time to get from point A to point B while running through plaza. I think adding some stone walls might be interesting. Maybe have it so there is one window in particular that you get a view down into the plaza of Red Star. If you block off that view from that sniper, puts a lot of pressure in the people that are in those campy spots to try and kill the people that are behind those stone walls. Here's another really interesting thing that they added to this game, and that is destructible walls. I think this is a really cool move. I think this is really interesting. You could use this as a tactical advantage to try and kill the enemy team without them seeing you. I'd be interested to see how it's utilized in comp gameplay. Field upgrades. So I'm pretty disappointed in the field upgrades, to be honest. They're all reused assets. You may be like, oh, Civvy, but Civvy, what about the Goliath? Isn't that unique? No, the Goliath is not unique. The Goliath is a reused asset, also known as the RC car. To be honest, with the Goliath by itself, I'd rather it be a kill streak and it be buffed. Because it is incredibly slow, and with it being slow, it may take quite a while to reach somebody to blow up, which leaves the driver very vulnerable. I think they should just reintroduce RC cars and get rid of the Goliath entirely, or make it faster. And I'm not at all impressed with the amount of kill streaks. I wish there were more. I wish there were some player controllable ones. Correct me if I'm wrong, but Intel may be the only new kill streak to COD Vanguard. The care package is so bad in this game. So bad. I've called in 3 care packages. One of them fell off the map. No! No! I will remember you. The other 2 were Intel. 1 kill less that it takes to get care package, so it wasn't even worth my time. The care package bounces everywhere. The place where you extract the care package is small and hard to reach sometimes. This may be a bug, I'm not sure. I like the old CODs where you can sit, crouch by it, use it as cover while you get your care package. I think that's perfect. This one, it looks like you have to go by the clips to get the care package. You have to do circles around it trying to find where you hit that F button. Because the care package bounces so much, I'm afraid it's going to kill me if it lands on me. So it'll do its initial bounce and then it flies back up in the air. Then it rolls towards me and I'm like, dude, I'm gonna get ran over by this thing and it's gonna be super embarrassing. Make it more apparent if it's a friendly kill streak or an enemy. I shot poor doggos. I shoot friendly doggos all the time, and I'm so sad that I do it because I don't mean to do it. Okay, moving on to weapons. I don't know. There's not a huge selection of weapons. Kind of like in Cold War, there wasn't a huge selection there either. They are pretty good. They're really well rounded. I think where SMGs struggle, as they should, is far range. Shotgun. Here's an interesting twist. They are both automatic shotguns, which is very interesting. They didn't get rid of the fire ammo, which is annoying. The revolving shotgun takes a crap ton of time to reload. If you thought having only 2 shotguns was bad, they pulled a fast one with you and only gave us 1 marksman rifle. That's it. The M1 Garand is what it's called. It sucks. I'll be honest with you. It sucks. Just get a sniper. You'll thank me. I promise you. The pistols. There are 3 pistols. One of them's an automatic. The other 2 are single fire. The first pistol you get to start off with is the automatic. Don't deviate from the automatic pistol. It's really good. I tried the rat. It catch enemies off guard for the rat to be good. And I didn't play the game enough to get the 1918 or whatever it's called. So, anyway, you don't want to deviate from the machine pistol. It's just too good. You don't unlock the other ones till later anyways. Throwables, I don't really have a problem with a lot of the throwables. I think the gas grenade is pretty annoying. Anything that stuns and blinds people, I think, are inherently annoying. Okay, so attachments. If you have played Vanguard, you will know, or if you've played Cold War for that matter, you will know how many attachments they have on these guns. So many attachments. It's just there's just too many. There's just too many attachments. There's one attachment called pressure. Pressure is a joke attachment. It's like one of those Dragon Ball Z filler episodes until they get to the final boss. It's ridiculous. Pressure is legit a filler attachment for until you get sleight of hand. You could do one of two things, I think. You could either make it quicker to get sleight of hand anyway and get rid of pressure, like make sleight of hand like 30. Because I think sleight of hand is like 46 or something like that. Like make it quicker to get the sleight of hand perk. Get rid of pressure entirely. So one thing I really liked in the, pretty sure this is in the remastered 2019 Call of Duty, there were weapon presets, and you could save these weapon presets for whatever you wanted. I think this is a crazy smart idea. I think that they should add it into this Call of Duty as well. You don't unlock another secondary until level 17. So as you're using this one pistol, and you will only use this one pistol for 17 levels, you are going to gain lots of new attachments for this pistol. Now, that aside, you will probably use 6 different classes with this pistol. So I'd rather save a preset for all the new attachments that I really enjoy with this one pistol, and then copy it to all other pistol slots. I think that is a perfectly reasonable idea that should be added into this game. Here are the final critiques that I have for the game. These are more general and don't really apply to any of the categories mentioned above. They're just more my thoughts in general about the game and certain aspects that don't really belong in any certain category. So, one of the first things I noticed is that it feels really similar to World War II. It's like a sibling of World War II. It looks way too similar to World War II. The guns are very similar. The look and feel of the game is very reminiscent of World War II, in my opinion. This may be because it takes in the same time. Scores don't really make sense sometimes. I could score 375 points for an assist, but only 135 points for a kill that I earned myself and nobody had a hand in doing. Pretty strange. Maybe it's the percentage of damage you do to the player, but wouldn't that mean you get 400 points or so for getting a kill by yourself? I have no idea. One thing I'm going to mention is that I did not experience the other game modes yet. I only played TDM because that's my primary game mode preference is TDM. So I imagine you'll get the same, like similar experience there that you would on TDM. I'd like to see what others think of the search and destroy game mode and how it plays compared to other CODs. That's not my game mode of choice, so I'm not an expert on how good this game mode could be, but I'd like to know what your guys' thoughts are. Now, the conclusion. Will I be getting Call of Duty Vanguard when it comes out in November? Probably not. I'll be real with you. Probably not. The last 2 Call of Duties have been sort of underwhelming. I liked Modern Warfare Remastered a lot. I played the crap out of that game. And I also bought Cold War, and I played almost none of it. I've spent probably $140 to get maybe 60 hours worth of content out of the 2 Call of Duties. So I don't think I need to be spending another 60 here, perhaps. I also have a ton of more games that I have to go through without Call of Duty, so I don't really need to be buying more games that I will spend maybe 20 hours on and then never touch again. Make what you want with your money. There are plenty of games that I've bought that are really expensive, but I've gotten a lot out of those games. So I don't think that I can get $60 worth of entertainment out of this Call of Duty in particular. It's kind of like okay, I guess. Maybe like a 3.5 out of 5 or something. But it's, you know, it's not for me. And I don't want that kind of bothering you. You know, this is a beta, So they're bound to add more stuff as they continue to develop the game. They've done it in the past with Cold War. They've added more maps, added more guns, that sort of thing. But all I know is I'm not sure if I want to be there when that happens. So do not take my words for it, though. This is my review and my critiques of this game. And where I may have found flaws, you might find perfections. So go out and download the beta, try for yourself, and see how you enjoy it. Because I'm not really a Call of Duty player. I play like Overwatch and other SPS games. I play a lot of different games besides Call of Duty. So maybe I have a higher standard for Call of Duty because of the pink tinted glasses or whatever, pink tinted lenses that I view Call of Duty Black Ops 2 with. That game was such a great game. And so maybe it's not fair to hold the same standard for this Call of Duty as I do for Black Ops 2. So anyway, guys, that'll do it for me today. This has been Vanguard First Looks. This has been PC Beta gameplay. Hope you enjoyed. I've actually, while I was watching my my gameplay of my Vanguard and editing it, I've actually like really enjoyed watching my own gameplay, which is kind of strange, but I've actually really enjoyed it. So I might actually hop back on and play some more in the future. So if you liked the video, please leave a like and subscribe if you're new around here. And I'll catch you dudes in the next one. Take care and goodbye. Might try some other stuff though, like this. It's a Tommy gun, see? Oh!